In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a sneaker shield for your Jordan 4. Now I have got one in the right shoe at the moment, and in the video I'll show you how to make a shield for this shoe. Although once you've made one template, one shield, it's really easy to use the template to make one for your left shoe as well. Now you can't see inside the shoe because it's so dark in there, but I'll show you that it's sitting inside by actually pushing down on the shoe. So if I push down as hard as I can to try and bend that shoe, it's not going anywhere, thank goodness, because the sneaker shield's inside. However, with the left shoe, it doesn't have a sneaker shield, and if I was to push on that, then it would give in. I'm not going to do that at this stage in the video. I do it at the end when I do the wear test, and you'll be able to see the difference between a shield and no shield. But I can show you that there is literally nothing inside that shoe at all, and it's not protected. So without any further talking, let me show you how to make it. So you're going to need a cover of a plastic wallet, a piece of paper to make a template, a pen to draw your template, some scissors, some sellotape, and you're going to need your shoe. Now before I put the paper on top of the shoe to show you how to make the template, just to let you know that we are going to be following the top of the midsole here, so follow all the way around as much as you possibly can where you've got the black and the grey plastic, and that's going to form the basis of the bottom of our template. So we're going to take our paper, place it on top of the shoe. Now you're going to want to make sure you're going to push it right down and really hug the top of the shoe. You don't want it baggy, you want it as tight as possible without ripping the paper. So the first thing I'm going to do is line it up with how far I want it to come back on this side. So I'm going to bring my paper over, take it under the shoe, and I'm going to secure that in place. Just going to pull it over just a little bit to get to about that point there. I'm going to secure that in place with a bit of sellotape. I'm going to make sure as well that I really do anchor it down, because the paper will lift off if you haven't pushed the sellotape down on it firmly enough. And then bring the other end of the paper, other side of the paper, over as much as you can without ripping it. Try and match where you've got that there. And again, anchor that down with a piece of sellotape. Make sure it's firmly in place. And then on the front, what you're going to do is you're going to firm this down, and you're going to kind of take it bit by bit around the shoe. You don't want this to be baggy at all. So we're going to start here, and we're going to take the paper around bit by bit. Make sure it doesn't slide down, so you want to hold it in place with your thumb. So you're going to take it down bit by bit. Don't worry if this paper gets all crinkled. Anchor it again so it doesn't shoot forward, and then bit by bit you're going to bring it round like that. As much as possible, you've got that firmly on the top of your shoe. Then we're going to turn it over, and we're going to bring it in even more if we can. So you're going to bring it up, bring it over, make it really, really hug the bottom of that shoe. Hold that in place. Again, make sure it's not going to move. I've got a little rip there, but I will secure that with a bit of sellotape. What we're going to do now is take your finger, don't use your nail in case you cut through the paper, and just rub where you can feel that midsole all the way around. And then we're going to take our pen. Don't push too hard. You don't want to go through the paper, especially if it's just thin paper, photocopy paper or something. You don't want to get your pen marking your shoe. And so bit by bit, just going to feel where that midsole is, and you're going to mark it with your pen like this. So take your time. Don't worry if you have to go over it again. So follow around your shoe as much as you can. And keep feeling around. Don't rush this part, because it's one of the most important bits that you get your template right. Just going to use my bit of extra kind of rubbing on the paper there so I can make sure I get that accurate. Just like that. Just follow, keep following around. Like that. So all you need to do now is take it off your shoe. So just carefully take it off so you don't rip it. That's probably easier if you just snip the sellotape with your scissors. And here. So lift your shoe out of your template, and then once you flatten this out, you'll see that you've got your template for your shoe. And all you need to do now is just cut that out. I'm just going to follow the line round. And there we have our template. So if I put the folder under it, you'll be able to see it a lot more clearly. Now there is just one more thing that we need to do with our template. So we need to cut out a section here. So we need to put it back onto the shoe. Let me show you how you do it. You need to kind of like bring this in a little bit so it's nice and snug. You're going to place your pattern over the top, and you're going to really hug the shoe and make sure that you get it matched up all the way around. So push it down onto the shoe. And then what you're going to do is where your laces come down, so turn it around to show you, where your laces come down in that kind of rectangle under there, you're going to feel your way and you're going to follow the line of the laces down to the bottom of the leather, scoop it round, and you're going to come back up the other side. It's really important that your template's as much as possible in the place where it should be. We're going to kind of follow those laces down, and I can just feel the curve of the leather there. So I'm just going to mark that in first, and then I'm going to work my way back up so I am in line with the laces. It doesn't have to be absolutely accurate, just as much as you possibly can make it in line with the laces, like that. See where my laces come to on this side, and I'm going to follow that round, feel that leather, and you should have something like a curved rectangle like that. So we're going to cut that out. This is to make the shield more comfortable inside your shoe. So just cut that out like that. Now if you imagine then that that's made out of plastic, those edges there are going to cut into your feet. So you just want to smooth those off. So all we're going to do is going to take the scissors and give it a nice smooth edge like that, and then do it on the other side. Put it onto the shoe, and you can see that that's going to curve round that section there, and it's going to feel more comfortable on your foot as well. So now we need to put the template onto the plastic. So now it's easiest of all if I just cut this off the folder. Now this is where you can actually make your two templates out of the one cover. So rather than trying to hold that down and use pen, which would swim the ink would swim all over the plastic, I'm going to sellotape it down into place like that. Try and make sure it's nice and smooth so you get the accurate shape of the template on your plastic. And then I'll just put one there. And then all I need to do is to cut it out. So actually I'm just going to cut this in half first. So again, just take your time with this. Now that you've spent so much time cutting out your template, it's good to make sure that you're getting your actual shield the right shape. And take your paper off the top, and there you've got your, smooth those so you can see it, and there you've got your shield. So all we need to do now is fit it into the shoe. To make it even more comfortable, if you take your insole out first, so I'm just going to slide that out, put it over there for a minute, and then just make sure you're getting it the right way around. So we're going to just curve it over, fit it into the shoe. So make sure you push it all the way down as well to the toe box. I'm just going to check that that's pushed into the sides as well. So do make sure you fit it in as accurately as you can. And now all you need to do is just slide in your insole. Make sure it's sitting all nice and flat inside. Now when you wear it, you might find that kind of curve you had around it, you might want to snip just a little bit away, because obviously everybody's foot is different to each other's. So what's going to suit one person's foot might be a little bit different for somebody else's. You just need to make sure it's right into the toe. And here goes the test. So if I push that now as much as possible, that is not going anywhere. And I really am pushing that as much as I possibly can, and that's just not bending, which is absolutely fantastic. So let me show you what they look like when I wear them on feet, and I'll have one Jordan without a shoe shield and the other one with, and then you'll be able to see what the difference is. Right, so first of all, the one with the sneaker shield, let's give it a go. So let's push down as hard as I possibly can, even lifting my foot out of the shoe, and there is literally nothing going on apart from a little bit of give in the mesh because it's soft, but there's no creasing here. I mean, I'm pushing hard and that is just not giving anywhere at all, apart from there where you probably would expect a little bit of give. But yeah, in the leather, that is absolutely protected. So I think that's a win for the sneaker shield. Okay, so let's give a go on this one. So no sneaker shield in this one. Oh, I'm sorry, shoe. I really don't want to damage my shoes, but here we go. Look, I'm taking my foot out as well and pushing down, and it's starting. Oh no, look at that. So it's starting to give there and there, and obviously the mesh is collapsing a little bit, as it will anyway because it's soft. But oh my word, look at that. I mean, they're pretty much brand new shoes. I've hardly worn these, so they won't have any wear on them, but oh, look at that. It's starting to go there, and it's definitely going there. That is proof that, look, oh my goodness, look at that wave you've got in there. So yeah, there's that one, and there's that one. I think that's a win. I think make yourself some sneaker shields because it works. It definitely. Oh, I'm sorry, shoes. I can't believe I'm doing this to my Jordans. But yeah, I think it's time I made a sneaker shield for this one before I wear them again. So, as you can see from the wear test, by making yourself a plastic sneaker shield at home with just household items can really make the difference to protecting your Jordans. So on this one, I've still got the sneaker shield. In fact, you can hear that it's still inside there. It was really comfortable to wear because the plastic wasn't thick, it wasn't too thin, it was just right. Those folders are perfect. It just makes sure as well that there's no give on the side of the shoe on either side, and you're going to keep your Jordans looking great for longer. Now the one that I didn't put the sneaker shield in has got some creasing here, and I can see some creasing start to come here as well. But if you've had the Jordan 4 before, they're robust shoes and they're going to keep their good looks for quite some time. Just by putting those sneaker shields in though, you're going to keep the good looks for a lot longer. It really is worth making them. If you do have a go and you make one, let me know in the comments down below. How'd you get on? I'd love to know. So until next time, I hope this was helpful and thanks for watching.